Friends, in this lecture, I am going to deal with the scope and nature of the right to religion guaranteed by the Indian Constitution. Swami Vivekananda said that the national identity of India is religion. India is the birthplace for several dominant religions like Hinduism, Buddhism, Sikh, and Jainism. The country is home to a large number of Muslims, Christians, and others. So Indian society is truly heterogeneous in nature. Hence, the constitution makers have constituted India as a secular state where all religions enjoy equal status. Indian Constitution guarantees freedom of religion in Articles 25 to 28. But nowhere the religion is defined in the Constitution. Being a secular state, the state is neutral to all religions, and religion is an entirely personal matter of the individuals. The Indian Supreme Court has ruled in Keshavananda Bharati and Bommai cases that secularism is a basic feature of the Indian Constitution. Before knowing the scope of this right guaranteed by the Constitution, let us first try to understand what is religion. In a well-known Sirur Mutt's case, it was decided in 1954, the Supreme Court has held that the religion is a matter of faith. It has its basis in a system of beliefs or doctrines regarded as conducive to their spiritual well-being. In a Narayana Dikshitulu versus Andhra Pradesh in 1996 case, it was held by the Supreme Court that religion is what binds a man with cosmos, his creator or superpower. Essentially, religion is a matter of personal faith and beliefs of a personal relation of an individual with the cosmos or creator. A religion may lay down a code of ethical rules for its followers, for the individuals to accept. It might prescribe rituals and observances, ceremonies and modes of worship regarded as integral parts of religion. These forms and observations might extend even to food and dress. Clause 1 of Article 25 provides that subject to public order, morality and health and other provisions of Part 3 of the Constitution, all persons are entitled to freedom of conscience, the right to freely profess, practice and propagate any religion. This article ensures equality of all religions, promoting secularism. Now, let us know the meaning of certain terms used in this clause like freedom of conscience, right to profess, practice and propagate religion. Freedom of conscience is inner freedom of the person to mold his own relation with God in any way he likes. It connotes the freedom of the individual to certain beliefs and doctrines conducive to his spiritual well-being. Another term used in the article is right to profess religion, which means the right to declare freely and openly his faith. Right to practice religion means practicing his religion by practical expression in any manner he likes. Religion may lay down a code of ethical rules for its followers to accept. It might prescribe rituals and observances, ceremonies and modes of worship. Right to propagate means the right to spread and publicize his religious views for the edification of others. It includes communication of the religious ideas and drawing attention to the tenets of religion. The right includes persuasion and exposition of one's religion without any element of coercion. In Reverend Stanislas versus Madhya Pradesh, the Supreme Court has held that Article 25 does not grant any right to convert another person to one's own religion but permits to transmit or spread one's own religion by an exposition of its tenets. The court upheld the validity of two regional anti-conversion laws. However, this limited right has been misused by many religious groups to brainwash the innocent poor people and to convert them, and this has led to many protests, creating law and order problem. Many states, of course, have passed anti-conversion laws restricting this right of propagation of religious teachings. Many state laws make forcible religious conversions a cognizable offense under Section 295A and 298 of the Indian Penal Code. Thus, this right is not given in absolute terms. The right can be restricted in the interest of the public order. The other grounds of restriction are morality, health, and other parts of provisions of Part 3. Thus, in Church of God in India versus KKR Majesty, decided in 2000, the Supreme Court observed that the custom of offering religious prayers through loudspeakers is not an essential element of religion. Similarly, in the Sabarimala case, which was decided in 2018, the Supreme Court struck down a rule that disallowed girls and women in age group of 10 to 50 years from entering the sanctum sanctorum of Sabarimala temple. It was held that the practice of excluding women in that age group from undertaking pilgrimage and praying at the Sabarimala temple is not an essential part of the religion. The court must decline to give constitutional legitimacy to practices which derogate from dignity of women. Under Clause 2, Subclause A of Article 25, state can make any law regulating or restricting any economic, financial, political or other secular activities which may be associated with the religious practice. Under Article 25, Clause 2, Subclause C, state can make law providing for social welfare and reform or throwing open of Hindu religious institutions of public character to all sections of Hindus. Under this provision, practice of sati, child marriage, Devadasi system, nude worship, animal sacrifice has been prohibited. Next, Article 26 guarantees, subject to again public order, morality, health, the freedom to religious denominations or sections of people classed together under a common name or organization. The rights which are guaranteed to them are as following. The first right is to establish and maintain institutions for religious and charitable purposes. Secondly, to manage its own affairs in matters of religion. Thirdly, to own and acquire movable and immovable property. And fourthly, to administer such property in accordance with law. Religious denominations are entitled to manage their own affairs in matters of religion. According to Supreme Court, in the Shirur Mutt's case, rituals, observances, ceremonies, and modes of worship are regarded as integral part of religion. The court may interfere with the secular functions, though connected with the religious institutions. In this court, very interestingly, the court invented the doctrine of essentiality and took upon itself the responsibility of determining the essential and the non-essential practices of a religion. In Dr. Ismail Faruqi case, the Supreme Court considered the petitions challenging the validity of a central law. The act is that the acquisition of certain areas at Ayodhya Act 1993 that acquired the land on which the Babri Masjid stood. Based upon the doctrine of essentiality, the court examined whether praying in a mosque is an essential practice of Islam. The court held that while offering of prayers is an essential practice, but the offering of prayers in the mosque is not, unless the place has a particular religion importance in itself. Article 27 prohibits the payment of taxes for the promotion of any particular religion. Funds raised by state cannot be utilized for the benefit of any particular religion or denomination. A person can refuse to pay any such tax. In Shirurmat's case, the Supreme Court held that it would be against Constitution to pay out any public funds, any money for the promotion or maintenance of any particular religion. Last article in this series is Article 28. And this Article 28 guarantees freedom as to attendance at religious instruction or religious worship in certain educational institutions. They cannot compel a person to attend any religious prayer or worship any person who attends any educational institution recognized by the state or receiving state aid shall not be required to participate in any religious instruction that may be imparted in such institution or also attend any religious worship in such institution unless he has given consent for the same. However, this provision does not prohibit giving of moral lessons. Discourse on religious philosophy and culture. The Supreme Court held in DAV College versus State of Punjab that teaching on life and philosophy of great persons is also permitted. In SP Mittal versus Union of India, it was held that the teachings of Sri Aurobindo constituted only a philosophy and not a religion. Thus, in India, the Constitution guarantees equal status to all the religions, and this right to religion is subject to certain restrictions. They are, in the interest of the general public. The state will not interfere with religious matters, but it can regulate social, economic, and financial aspects, though related to religion. The right to freedom of religion can be enjoyed subject to, I have already told you, these are restrictions like public health, public order, health, and morality. So with this, I complete this brief lecture on the nature and scope of religion, right to religion, or right to freedom of religion under the Indian Constitution.